The star guest of the day is Nigel Lamb, also known as Blind Bloke Racing. Nigel's with me alongside Jane Carter from the Wilberforce Trust. Do you know what? I'm going to ask you about that name first of all. Blind Bloke Racing. Where's that come from?
Well, it's a self-title thing. I'm not totally blind. The blind bloke is in inverted commas. So obviously I've raced motorbikes for quite a while and I've been rallying. But sadly, 4 years ago, 2 days after Christmas, I had a freak accident riding Speedway and I suffered major brain damage. And I got airlifted into Hull Hospital in a coma. And I suffered, as I say, major brainstem damage, and the prognosis was that I would either die of my injuries or be a total vegetable. So the 1st of January came, and that was a Saturday, I think, and so that weekend came, and my wife asked the consultant if he could keep me alive over the weekend on the life support machine. So he says, if you sign this bit of paper, then yes, we can. Anyway, Monday morning, she thought she saw my thumb move. Tuesday morning, my eyes opened. So there it was, I woke up. But sadly, that's took a lot of my sight away.
Yeah.
With my brain swelling that much.
Oh my
So I had my own business for 27 years as an auto electrician and MOT tester. So I've now lost this because I cannot drive legally and I can't see to do the work.
Yeah.
So I knew I'd lost all this. So that made me very anxious and very depressed. Sadly, I wanted to commit suicide, which was never Nigel. I've never been that person. And for me to have them thoughts it just shows that I was in a very, very dark place. Anyway, 3.5 years later, 2018, I got asked if I wanted to ride a speedway bike again. So me being me, I says, go on then. So I went to Eddie Wright Speedway at Scunthorpe, and I rode a good friend of mine's classic speedway bike, and I went better than I thought I was going to. Obviously, there's 3 things to ride in a motorbike: balance, ability to ride a bike, and sight.
Yeah.
Well, I've still got my balance, and I've still got the ability to ride a bike because I've rode one for 50 years. So all I had to put my efforts into was the sight. And because I'd rode Speedway before my accident, I kind of knew where I was going to.
Yeah.
So that was the start of my journey coming back.
And how have the Wilberforce Trust helped you?
Well, the BBC News did a report on me on the television, and Paul Garbett from York, he runs the Race the Waves at Bridlington, which is motorbikes and drag racing in the 50s kind of era.
Yeah.
So he saw me on telly and invited me as a guest rider up at Race the Waves. So I did that this June, 1st and 2nd of June at Bridlington, and a chap called Stuart Copeland, who's a motorbike courier, he's a volunteer for Wilberforce Trust. So he asked me if I would come up as a guest of honour, because the Wilberforce Trust randomly is for blind and deaf charity.
Yeah.
So obviously I don't belong to Wilberforce Trust because I'm from Lincolnshire. I live on the east coast near Skegness. I'm from Sutton-on-Sea. So it's just all weird and very appertaining, you know. So I've caught a train all the way from Lincolnshire up here for this event.
Jane,
Yeah.
I mean, we're running out of time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But do you come across similar stories to Nigel's at the
Yeah, well, I
trust?
mean, his story obviously is quite unique, and I think, he's a quite inspirational person, which is why he's our guest of honour. But we do have a whole range of experiences, like, because one of our tenants, who lives with us now permanently, at the age of 20, had surgery, minor surgery, which went wrong, and he lost his sight completely, and he now lives with us. But he's a very keen archer. He goes canoeing, he goes climbing, all of which, obviously he gets support with those in terms of safety, but he feels that losing his sight doesn't mean that he has to lose, kind of his sense of adventure. And I think that's what we're about, really. It's like empowering people to do what they want to do, but in a way that's, comfortable for them and safe for them.
Tell me about today. What's happening?
Well, we've got lots of people bringing their motorbikes, and people basically for for bikers who love motorbikes is just kind of coming along to share their stories of biking, getting a bacon sandwich and a cup of coffee, and just sort of having lots of motorbike chat, really.
And what time does it start? Where is it?
Starts at 10 until 4, and it's in Huntington Road, which is 49 Northmoor Road, which is our headquarters, in our lovely car park.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness, it
Please
sounds so
come.
exciting. Before I let you go, Nigel, very quickly, big day tomorrow in Grimsby. Wall of Death. That sounds absolutely terrifying. What's that about?
Well, good friends of mine, Ken Fox, Wall of Death attraction, are at Guy Martin's place at Kermington, the Marrowbone and Cleaver. They're there this weekend. I'll get invited up this weekend, but I'm here, so I couldn't go. But then I've made a big change round. I'm catching a train straight after this event today.
Yeah.
I'm catching a train at 25 to 5, going down to stop with them. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get a ride on the Bally bike. I can't guarantee you that, but I'm fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I know Guy Martin was there last night because I've seen a video of it.
So maybe today.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Well, thank you so much for coming.